I see their friends and what they're doing, and it makes me think, well, wonder what they'd have been doing now, and if they'd have had children, or if, you know, what they'd look like. But I'll never know, will I? I will never know. But there's not one day that doesn't go past that you don't forget them. I'd been on my own, I'd been single for a while. I'd had Mason, and then I was married at the time, and then I got pregnant with Taylor, but he left me at 6 months pregnant. David was a deep sea diver. He was quite a loner in a sense, because he was on his own a lot, underwater obviously. It was hard for him at first with the children, because he wasn't used to children. My eldest Mason, he found it very hard at first to accept David, because he was a proper mummy's boy, where Taylor was just like a whirlwind, and he got on with him straight away, and he liked swimming, he liked all the things David did, he was sporty, where Mason had loved to sit in his bedroom all day in his pyjamas on his Game Boy. David proposed to me on Christmas Day. Mason said to him, "Can I call you Daddy now then?" And that was a big thing, because, like I said, Mason, it took him a lot to get used to David. So obviously that was one of the biggest memories, happy memories. And we'd had a lovely day, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, we'd had a lovely day. We were still having a lovely day Boxing morning until it happened. I was in the hotel room, and David had just taken them out to the children's club. I saw David and Mason walking by the window. David came back in and told me where they were sitting. Mason didn't want to stay in the children's club. All of a sudden, there was this really loud, powerful noise. I said to David, "What's that?" And he said, "Don't panic, don't panic." And I ran to the door to open the door, and he said, "Close the door." And then all of a sudden it just crashed through the glass, and that was the last thing, you know, I knew till I came round, really. Yeah. I was pushed into the corner of the room, and David was pushed in front of me. And I said to him, "I'm going now, I love you." And that's all I remember till I woke up. When I woke up, David was in front of me. I shook him and shook him to see if I could get any response whatsoever. And there wasn't, and I knew I had to go and look for the boys. So I clambered up on stuff that everything could come that way, and I managed to slide out. They shouted, "It's coming again, it's coming again." And this man, he got some towels and he helped me get up onto the next level. That literally saved me from being washed away again. I thought, I've got to get to the children's club. I managed to get there, and there was a man in there looking for his boy. And he said, "There's no one in here, we've got to get to safety." He said, "I can't fight, there's no one in here." It was coming again. We got up into the rafters. They'd got a ladder and stuff like that, so, you know, it was just doing what you could to stay alive, really. And this German man said, "We've got to get out of here." Loads of us just started running out the hotel. to go further up the road.
Yeah.
Obviously, people had heard what had happened and they'd started coming down on motorbikes and stuff, and I just begged someone to put me on the bike. And they took me to the main road, said, we'll get you on a van and get you into a hospital. Like, they were just sending everyone up there. That night, I managed to get in touch with my mum and dad, and we knew someone in Bangkok. So I was lucky the next day he came and collected me. So it was really just sort of a rush thing. I left, and I'd lost just like my two babies who still needed me. And then I wasn't needed as much. And the first couple of years, I admit, I just went wild. Drinking, going out all the time, just, madness really. But I needed to do it to get me through. I knew the boys wouldn't want to see me, and David wouldn't want to see me the way I was. So I decided I've got to pull myself together and try and carry on. I'd like to go back to where it happened, to the hotel, because that's where I last saw them. I just feel it's in me that I want to go, pay my respects, and not just to my children and partner, but to everyone, and I just want to be there, and I feel closer to them.